Hello everyone, and I'll be playing Lucky Rabbit Club. And we play in the Lucky Rabbit, a nightclub as famous as it's infamous, and it's named after its very owner. Drinking, drugs, dancing, all the stuff that makes a nightlife enticing and fills you with regret in the morning. And for Nina, she's regretful that she ended up losing something at the club. She goes back, meets the owner, and ends up having another fun night. But not for her, for the owner. And it involves murder. Let's view. That's violence. Eye trauma. Oh, I'm not looking forward to that. I hate that stuff. Oh, where is it? I could have sworn it was over here somewhere. You continue down the sidewalk, turning your head every which way as you continue to look for it. It's been a while since you last been here though, and it's very easy to get turned around, especially now as the sun begins to set and the buildings become aglow with familiar red lights. It makes everything begin to blend in together, and you're almost certain you've gone in at least one circle. Now, a pretty young thing like you shouldn't be wandering around the place like this alone. You turn around behind you expectantly, and he slides into view. Ha, that's what you said the first time I came here. Ah, guilty as charged. You stare up at the rabbit. He was exactly who you needed to run into. Lucky you. I'm glad to see you around here again. You really scared me, you know? Here I sat thinking I'd never get to see you again. And that'd be a shame. Because I really enjoyed our time together. Oh, you really missed little old me? I'm surprised, what now, with how many people fawn over you as soon as you step into the room? You flatter me. What brings you back here anyway? Could it be you were missing being my honey bunny? Well, actually, you see, I realized I forgot something a while ago, and I've been going crazy retracing my steps to find it. You didn't happen to see a pearl necklace without an owner anywhere in your club, do you? It's really important to me. I need to get it back. You know, I can't say I recall, but it's more than possible you left it behind. Here, come with me. We'll go looking for it together. Oh, would you? That'd be such a huge help. Thank you. Of course, don't worry about it. Besides, it'll give us some time to catch up. I had a feeling you might say something like that. You step aside and allow him to lead the way. It brings forth the memory of when you first arrived in the city, and when you first met the very rabbit beside you. He invited you out to a local nightclub for a fun time. Unbeknownst to you at the time, he was the owner of said nightclub. He takes you down a few twists and turns, the area becoming all the more familiar the closer you get, until at last he stops right before the entrance. You look at the glowing, vibrant sign. The Lucky Rabbit. With a name like that, you probably should have guessed he ran the thing. But you weren't thinking. Clearly you weren't thinking, even though you lost such an important item to you. You hope at least that you were able to find it somewhere inside these doors. What if he was the one that took it? Playboy steps ahead of you and about to open the door for you. But before he's able to, the door opens on its own and two other women step out. Maggie, Mary, my girls. Playboy enthusiastically greets the two, even pulling them in for a small group hug. Where are you going? The night didn't even start yet. Mary started feeling a bit overstimulated. So we thought we'd get some fresh air for now. We'll be back later. We're just going to chillax for a while. The woman with the red hair, Mary, is looking at you a bit strangely. You wonder briefly if you should say something, but before you can get the chance to. Alright girls, I'll see you later. Be good. Two of them continue on their way out. You open your mouth to ask, PB. He's been called over by one of them. Hold on, Nina, I'll be right with you. Strange. You watch from a distance as Mary grabs Playboy's hands. They're clearly talking about something, but with the distance between you and the noise of the city, it's impossible to hear. They don't talk for very long. And once their conversation is over, Playboy returns to your side. Is his name actually Playboy? Girlfriends of yours? Nope, just friends. That's so. I didn't know it was possible for you to have friends without them benefiting you in some way. The benefit is that I get to have two friends. Why do you think so lowly of me? Gee, I wonder why. It wouldn't work out anyways. Those girls don't exactly like to have fun. Not the way I do anyhow. And I think I know enough about what's fun for you, bunny boy. After your bit of banter, the two of you finally step inside a nightclub together. The club is just as you remember it being. Energetic and lively, but still with an air of class to it that makes you feel like you're just a tad bit fancy even being in here. It's already full of people who are up and dancing their cares away. Did you miss this place? Playboy attempts to talk over the music. I know we're supposed to go looking for your necklace and all. But how's we grab a drink first? My treat. Well, if it's your treat, then how could I refuse? You follow Playboy up the bar and take a seat beside him on the velvet stools. Tiger? Leopard? Within a few minutes, the bartender appears before you. She's a red fox, much like yourself. Oh. She reads to both of you, though you can tell she's a bit more focused on Playboy than you. Still, she turns to you with a smile. What can I get for you this evening, sweetheart? Well, what's it gonna be? Oh my god, it looks so malicious. We can pick. Bloody Fairy, Cosmopolitan, Margarita, Whiskey Sour. Which one's the one with less alcohol? Cosmopolitan? After you place your order, Playboy follows suit. Maritini, the way I like it. Of course, I'll get it for you right away. Thank you, gorgeous. You always know how to keep me happy. You watch for a moment as the bartender begins preparing his drink. The shaking of the cup provides an oddly pleasing sound. You look so evil already, I don't like that. You turn your back to Playboy for a moment. You have a bit of a type, don't you? What, are you saying you don't have a thing for foxy girls? I don't know what you're talking about. Sure you don't, bunny boy. The bartender returns with your drinks, and you thank her as she passes them over to you. You look over to Playboy, who took no hesitation in putting the glass to his lips. You turn away from the bar, and he faces the dance floor, seemingly people watching as he drinks. Drinks good? Incomparable. You know, I think I remember you getting that when I first got here, too. Do you drink it every night? We all have our vices. I remember you having more than a few drinks over the course of your stay. Got any others? Vices, I mean. Well, that depends on what you mean by it. How about smoking? You smoke at all? I got some cigars I wouldn't mind sharing. Smoke. Do we get his good side? I smoke? Really? Not all the time, but I do. You're gonna start coffee on me when I pass you one? Hey, don't underestimate me. Alright, aside from that, you know, I don't remember. Was there any other substances that you like? Because if you want, I'd like to say I've got some connections. We can make a real party of things, you know. Party drugs? No. I'm clean. Not to sound all pretentious or anything, but I don't need any of that stuff to feel high. Well, aren't you special? Hey, I just said I wasn't trying to sound pretentious. Came out that way anyway, sweetheart. No big deal, though. We had a lot of fun last time without it. Ain't that right? I came to look for my necklace, but it sounds like you're trying to paint the town red. Can you blame me? I still think about that night we met. Walked into town looking like a straight dime ready for a good time. And I only really got a brief taste of you before you up and disappeared on me. Real cruel thing to do, sweetheart. Leaving me out here all high and dry. No, please. As if people aren't constantly throwing themselves at you. I remember you kissing a guy while we were headed up to the VIP room, and kissing another girl as soon as we stepped inside. So pardon me if I have trouble believing you missed little old me so much. Of course I missed you. You got something real special going on, Nina. Right. And how many people have you told that to? Ha, I'm serious. I never had a lover I didn't think was special. They've always been so beautiful, you know? And I'm not just talking about a pretty face. I don't get attached if I don't like what's on the inside. Uh-oh. And you're not any different from that. Am I so wrong for wanting to enjoy your company again? For wanting to relive some of that fun we had before you left? I've been dreaming of it ever since. So you're not gonna let me down, are you, dream girl? Well, I suppose when you put it like that, it's a little sweet. A little. There's a pause in the conversation. You take notice as Playboy eyes you up and down, glass pressed to his lips. When he's finished drinking, he asked you, "You exercise often?" Why do you ask? Just curious. Exercise regularly. Yeah, I thought so. Those legs of yours don't lie. My eyes are up here, bunny boy. Conversation tapers off from there. You sip your drink as Playboy looks back into the crowd of people. Your gaze follows suit. There's an energetic song playing and plenty of people are dancing on the dance floor. Their movements are lively and intense, and if they're about 30% more drunk, they'd probably be knocking each other over and over. It's a bit fun to watch. So, you want to dance? I guess. I don't like where this is going though. You know it. That's what I like to hear. You hop out of your seat and abandon your drink at the bar, letting the bartender take away what little you had left to go to the clean glass. Swiftly, you make your way towards the dance floor, music already beginning to move you before you made it all the way there. You rush past a few groups of people as you move to a center stage. No one's really paying attention to you, but being in the middle of the dance floor just feels right. You allow your mind to space out, almost forgetting the reason you returned here, lost in the music and swaying your hips. It isn't long before Playboy is at your side, dancing along with you. His moves are simple and understated, but he seems to be enjoying himself all at the same time. For the most part, you just dance side by side, moving separately but together. But every now and then, your moves align in a pleasant sync, creating a playful dance floor harmony. You must admit, it is rather fun when he gives you a twirl. Two of you continue to dance into the night, and you lose track of time in the midst of your enjoyment. But as to be expected, exhaustion begins to catch up to you. But before you're completely drained of energy, you signal to Playboy that you need to take a break, and he follows you off to the dance floor. Not bad, sweetheart. I was getting worried you might have lost some of your spark in the time you were away. Who, me? Never. I just need to take a pause before I break a heel. No worries. Thanks for keeping me entertained. Been a while since I had a good dance like that. If you want, we can go look for that necklace of yours now. Oh, could we? That would be perfect, thank you so much. Anytime, pretty lady. Playboy starts walking through the club and towards the back of the building, where you remember the VIP sections being. You follow along behind him, wondering if you really will find the necklace here after being here after everything. It's a stretch, but it's better than not checking at all. Eventually, Playboy stops in front of the door. He pulls a keycard out from his jacket and unlocks it. Before you know it, you're back in the very familiar VIP room. Okay, it looks normal. I thought I was making a bed. You inhale deeply as you enter the room, noting the faint oriental notes of the scent of it. It brings back more memories than just seeing the room alone would provide. It looks mostly the same, but with a few things changed around since your last visit. And here we are. You're lucky he's got no reservations tonight, so you can search around freely. I don't know. What do you mean? I mean, I want to check anyway, but do you really think I have a chance of finding it here? It's been so long since I was last here, and this area gets used by so many people. It's possible someone just picked up my necklace and ran off with it. I mean, yeah, sure, it's a possibility. But we don't know for sure until we check, right? I guess. Here, I'll look on the right. Playboy, sir, where are you? Sorry, looks like I'm needed elsewhere. I'll be back to help you look in a bit. Feel free to get started without me. Playboy struts past you to go find what you assume is an employee looking for him and closes the door behind him. You're alone in the room. Alright, my necklace really is here. Where have I left it? Hover over things, click the highlighted spots. Got it. I mean, maybe? You walk over to the couch and stick your arm between the cushions and the back of the couch. You dig around, hoping that the familiar shape in your necklace will make itself known to you. Alas, there's nothing behind there but a spare change and dust bunnies. You walk over to the couch, stick your arm between the cushions and the back of it. Okay, just dust bunnies. Quick scan over the top of the tabletop tells you there's nothing on it except a bucket and bottle. Just in case you kneel over the floor and peer under your head underneath, nothing. You see a picture frame on the side table and pick it up to inspect it. You recognize the people in this picture. You shared a VIP room with them last time you were here. Unlike plenty of other guests, they don't seem to have the thing going on with Playboy. You can't recall their names though. Did you ever tell you? Putting the picture frame down, you check the side table drawer for your necklace. It's empty aside from a corkscrew bottle opener. I don't know who this is. You look upon the bigger picture frame in the room. There's a painted portrait here, a figure you don't quite recognize. Maybe you're not supposed to, maybe it's just artwork? And it certainly has nothing to do with your necklace. Why does that look like a wolf? You look into the mirror. You strike a pose or two, then do a simple twirl in front of it. Yep, still got it. Okay, girl. You look upwards towards the chandelier in the room. It's not like your necklace would have wound up there somehow. Unless you were drunker than you remember. No, definitely not. Possibly? You open up the cabinet in the room, cautiously eyeing each and every shelf. There's glasses in here to drink your drinks in, and a small shelf near the bottom seems to contain party games you remember playing. Carefully push the content inside, not wanting to risk dropping or breaking anything. Just maybe you left your necklace in here somehow? Alas, the search is fruitless. You check the shelves inside multiple times just to be careful, but there's nothing even close to resembling your necklace in here. You close the cabinet again. Anywhere here? More drink lines, some shelves in the room. You have to wonder when too much is too much. Do most of these even get open? Regardless, your necklace isn't hidden among them. The clock. No way that's the right time, is it? You reach up and poke the clock hands with your fingers. They follow whatever direction you push them in. Set the clock to a specific time? No, because I have no idea. I guess? Just in case you check the plant. To your surprise, it's a real plant, not a plastic one. There's no sign of your necklace near it though, and you're sure it's not packed in between all the dirt in the pot. You step away from the plant. The time on the clock. Is there anything in the room? Oh wait, hold up. You take a curious look at the bottle lodged in ice. Still unopened. Not like you were expecting to find your necklace submerged in the thing anyway. No date or anything. Hold up. No time. I guess I could just guess. What time? Well, it would be at night, right? Or, I don't know when she left. I don't know if these are AM or PM. Does that work? No? Okay. Never mind. Okay, the time was 12. You set the clock's hand to 12. After a moment, the clock opens like a cabinet door. Oh, what's this? Behind the clock lies a wall-mounted keyboard. Is there a code meant to go there? Well... Input code? Oh, a code. Oh, okay, we gotta find a code. Well, I don't have anything here. I feel like it has to do with this bottle, right? ZXYW? ZXYW. Let's try that. Yes, let's try ZXYW. Okay, never mind. I think the code has to be this. Maybe it's YX7WQ4H. I don't know, is it 6 and K? I have to write this down. I'm hoping this will work. Alright, let's try. Enter it. Was it YX7WQ4? Was that 4? 4H. H6 and K. Work? Nothing? Maybe it's not a 6. YX47 WQ 4HK. Ah, that worked. Huh? The mirror? Yes. You walk over to where the mirror once was. Stairs? Is there a basement in here? But why behind the mirror? Huh? You feel a sharp pain in your body suddenly, and with it comes a heaviness in your whole being, like you're going to faint. The world around you becomes harder to perceive. The sight in front of you begins to meld together until nothing is recognizable. Your arms fall slack at your sides and your knees feel weak. And before you know it, you're out. Well, she got kidnapped. Let's hope she survives. That's someone else? Slowly you open your eyes again. You take a curious look around you. What the hell is this place? You feel cool metal underneath you. You must be laying on a table or counter of some sort. You attempt to get up. but it appears you've been strapped down. These straps feel like they could be tighter. You could possibly wiggle your way out, but you're all not too sure if you'll alert anyone in the process. What will you do? Struggle. Let's look to our surroundings. Turn your head to your left. On a neighboring table is another young woman, but unlike yourself, she's very clearly dead. Oh. She's got a rough cut across her throat. No one's even bothered to clean her up, which leads you to assume she was killed and brought down here as soon as she was. And if that's the case, why bother even strapping her in? You turn your attention away from her. Not like she can help you get out of here. Right? You turn your head to your right. There's not much to look at your side other than a glass pane cabinet and some strange machine. It's big and bulky with lots of buttons and flashing lights. You have absolutely no idea what it could be used for or why it's down here. As for the cabinet, you're too far away to be able to see inside. You can only guess what its contents are. Torture tools? Alright, struggle? I mean, they're gonna come in anyway. You struggle in your binds. You have been bound by your wrists, forearms, ankles, and thighs. They offer a bit more than giveaway than you were expecting, but not enough to free yourself yet. I guess we'll stay put. You decide to stay put and not move. You take a deep breath as you try to calm yourself down. You work this out somehow. Oh wait, hold on. Are we gonna continue just looking? Yeah, she's clearly dead. Oh, suddenly you hear something. Footsteps. They're approaching the door. You hear a loud clunk as the handle of the door is grabbed. The door drags open, and who should be there to greet you but... Oh, hey there, sweetheart. Gotta be honest, I wasn't expecting you to wake up so early. Figured I'd have a bit more time. Playboy. Care to explain yourself? Explain myself. You know, it really is a shame. I have a lot of fun with you. Would have loved to take you out a bit more before we winded up here. Especially after I just got you back. I had some fun dates planned. We had such a good thing going on last time. Guess it's my fault for getting too excited to recreate it. Can you cut this out? What is this about? You really want to know? Alright, I'll just say it then. I see a lot of people. I like a lot of people. I date a lot of people. And then, at a point, I take what's mine. And when it comes to you, well, you left me. And that makes you my ex? Huh? And the whole thing with that is, I don't really do exes. Not unless I'm the one doing the exing, you know? You dig? So what, you're gonna kill me? Is that it? Just wait here a while longer, okay, honey bun? Sit tight. Not like you really have a choice. Playboy walks up to your table and tightens his straps, seemingly extra careful. And just like that, Playboy's out the door. So he doesn't do exes. He doesn't like being the one that's dumped in a sense. He wasn't even dumped. He wasn't even dating. This guy disillusioned. Well, shit. Now what are you gonna do? Struggle some more? You try your best to struggle free. Unfortunately, the straps are a lot tighter this time and you feel no giveaway from them. You sigh in frustration. The right again? Just a big bulky machine. My left? I mean, she's still dead. Oh yeah, there's a button on the side of the table she's on. Could that be a way of opening the straps? There's only one way to find out. You take note where the button is on her table and hope it's the same as yours. You can't reach it with your hands, of course, but maybe if you wriggle your tail around it to... Oh, wriggle. Wriggle? Wriggle, 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 wiggle, wiggle. Let down an exhale of exhaustion. Trying to reach that button is harder than it seems, but it seems to be your only way out of here. Let out a loud sigh of frustration. You're not getting anywhere like this. Before you know it, you hear familiar footsteps making their way towards the door again. Shit, shit, shit. It's okay, don't panic. You can still get out of this. He said himself how much he liked you. Maybe you can use that to your advantage? Yeah, that's it. He's almost in the room, and as soon as he is, you act your heart out. Tell him anything you want to get him to even consider letting you go. You think carefully over what you're going to say. It's your only chance after all. Playboy walks back in, rolling something behind him. See, it didn't take long. Thanks for being a good girl and waiting for me. Playboy walks over to your table and hovers above you as he gets his things prepared. Wait, before you do anything, Playboy pauses and looks down at you. The expression on his face as he does so is so odd. So innocuous? He's looking at you with genuine concern. He's listening for what you have to say. Well, here goes nothing. Wait, I have to pick. Please don't do this. I don't know if this secret thing's gonna work out. Please don't do this to me. I feel like that would just make him lash out more. I still want to be together. Does he really care about that? Hold on. Let's try the middle one. I know things ended so abruptly last time, but after spending so much time with you again tonight, I realized I didn't want things to end. I wanted to give this another chance, and not just another silly fling. I was thinking, it could be serious between us. That we could last together even when the bar is dry and the sun comes up. Please, it's not too late. Ha. Well, aren't you cute? I won't lie to you, sweetheart. The idea of it is awfully tempting. I do enjoy having fun with you. You're a real fun girl. And it pleased me mighty fine to let you go and have more fun before getting down to business. Fortunately, I don't trust you enough. You understand why it's gotta be this way, don't you? Ugh. And here I thought you liked me. I would have almost even said you loved me with the way you acted back then. Oh, come on now. You're acting like no one ever taught you that love is violent. I appreciate you sitting tight here, though, while I got things prepared. I like a girl that knows how to listen. So lucky you get to go out easy. While you can't move your head much, you see the corners of your eyes that Playboy is grabbing some sort of inhalation mask. You know what's coming. This guy's getting a lot stronger than what I gave you before. You'll be out like a light. Good night, Nina. Turn right head or think quickly. Will turn right head do something? In the last ditch ever of rebellion, you turn your head away from the mask. Playboy forcibly grabs your face by the chin and roughly turns your head into position. He attaches the mask to your face before he can protest any further. You attempt to hold your breath, but it does you no favors. You begin to feel lightheaded within seconds. And within a few more, you don't feel anything at all anymore. Well, we tried. That should be... No, that can't be right. Who's this? I thought that... Oh, I'm completely lost, aren't I? Now, what do we have here? Excuse me, little lady. A pretty youngling like you shouldn't be wandering around a place like this alone. Oh, sorry. I'm just a little lost. I was looking for the Lucky Rabbit Club. Do you know where it is? Well, I think I should. I run the place. Oh, really? Lucky me then. Want to be even luckier? How about I make you my special guest for tonight? Really? You don't gotta do that. I insist. So, he does this every time. I'll make it a night you remember for the rest of your life. Interesting. He does this for fun, or I don't get it. The cycle continues, unfortunately. You attempt to think of some other last-minute attempt to escape out of this. You fear a step again to paralyzing fear as you realize there is none. You can barely even move, let alone process it, as Playboy moves the mask over your face. You attempt to hold your breath, but it does no favors. Oh, never mind. Let's choose the secret one. I'm sure you hear it all the time, but I mean it. I will not tell anyone what I saw here tonight, not a single soul. I can even help you too. Help you gather girls, boys, whatever. We could be a team. I could be valuable to you. And I never tell because if I did, I'd get in trouble too. Please, at least give me a chance to prove myself. Aw, ain't that sweet. I won't lie to you, sweetheart. The idea of it is awfully tempting. I do enjoy having fun with you. You're a real fun girl. May it please be mighty fine to let you go and have more fun. Ah, he doesn't still trust us. Ah, dang it. Guess I'll go with his last option. Please don't do this to me. Please don't do this to me. I didn't mean to find what I did. It was an accident. You're not going to punish me over a simple mistake, are you? I'm sure you made mistakes in your life too. Come on, can't you forgive me? Huh. A bit hard to forgive someone who didn't say sorry. If I say sorry, would you let me go? I won't lie to you. Okay. Maybe he will? Okay, he doesn't trust us. So I guess the choice at the beginning, like asking if we smoked, dancing, whatnot, will make him trust us more. Okay, never mind. I got the button. So the restraints instantly retract into the table and you'll hop to your feet. You're a bit wobbly at first, but quickly regain your composure. Alright, he could be coming back at any moment. There's no time to waste. It's time to make your escape. By clicking and dragging on the background, you can get a better look at some of the rooms you find yourself in. Got it. The door appears to be the only way out of this room. Not yet. You approach the shelf in the room. There's a few strange boxes and a pile of bed sheets, maybe towels, sitting spaced out on the shelves. Surely there's something in these containers that'll be of use to you. Alas, most of them are empty. There's some mysterious red stains on the bottom of them as well. You turn your attention to the woman on the table again. Poor thing. Check the head. You bend your knees just a bit to be on more of an equal level to her face. Her eyes are completely lifeless. The light doesn't catch in them like it should. Part of you is tempted to shut them for her, but another part feels like it's better for them to be left open. Someone should be able to see him for who he is. Should we move the head? Very carefully, very gently, turn her head back and forth just to make sure there's nothing hiding under her hair. There doesn't seem to be anything. You rest her head back to where it was before. You'll leave her here for now. Hold up, we're not checking out her body yet. There must be something important here. Legs, arms? The straps are tight against her arms. There doesn't appear to be any damage on them from what you can see. Her hands are strangely balled into fists, quite uncommon for a dead woman. Open them? Oh. It says 60 or 91. Unwrapping her fist was a bit tricky, as if even through death she refused to let go. Or maybe that's just the rigor mortis setting in. The only thing in her hands is a chess piece. You briefly consider taking it from her, but it feels wrong to do so. You let her keep it. So it's 16 or 91. You move her hands back into position you found them. Let's write down just in case. You'll leave her for now. I guess that was all there to see. You walk over to the cabinet and carefully peer into the glass, nearly pressing your face to it. Inside seems to be a collection of surgical tools. Let's open it up. It's locked. There seems to be some type of code needed to open it. 3 times PEMDAS. Yes. It's gonna be 6 and 7. Nothing happens. I follow the rule of PEMDAS. Right? Multiplication is in addition. Hold up. Yeah, 3 times it's 6 plus 1 is 7. What is going on? It has to be 7. It's PEMDAS. Multiplication and then addition. I give up for now. You walk over to the large machine in the room. It's coated in buttons and panels and flashing lights. Looking closer at it doesn't help you understand it at all. The only thing that you can read properly is a circle with a number 1 in the center. Is it a circle? It's got sides just slightly. 1, 2, 3, decagon? No, a dodecagon? That's what it's called? You decide to just leave it for now. You don't want to set up any alarms by messing with it. Can open the cabinet. This? You walk over to the cart hiding in the corner of the room. There's some mysterious containers in the locked case. You open a drawer on the cart. There's not really anything useful inside. Just some empty syringes, bottles, and a jar full of fluid. You look up at the light above the door. It's a striking red, yet the room itself feels dark. Maybe there's still something we missed here. Chest? Her chest is drenched in blood from her neck, but there doesn't seem to be any actively flowing out anymore. The blood is dry, but you don't think you can tell how long she's been down here. Though you get the vibe that she was probably brought down earlier today. That's sad. I don't know if this is gonna do anything. Press down on her chest lightly just to check. There's no sign of a heartbeat, not like you expected there to be, and her ribs seem to be all in place. Doesn't seem like there were any of them were broken. The only injury appears to be on her neck. You were brought down here after some sort of weird injection, so you wonder what she must have done to make them slit her throat. You remember her hands from her body. You leave her free for now. So she was killed instantly, it seems. The last thing are her legs. The straps on her legs seem like they have a little giveaway, but it's not like it really matters to her at this point. Her legs don't have any signs of injury on them. There's something a little funny, no, that's not the right word, curious, about how her heels are still on after everything she must have been through. Maybe they just didn't want to leave any evidence behind. You step away from her legs. Okay. So the only thing we have is the chest piece. I'm confused as to how... Okay, so we only have this cabinet. I feel like I'm missing something. Like, what am I missing? Should I enter, like... 16? That doesn't do anything. I don't know, 91? PEMDAS isn't working. 61? Yeah, nothing happens. I guess it goes down here. I'll leave the room. Let's see what happens. Exit? Can we? Oh, open from the... Is there a lab underneath the club? You step out into the bright hallway. The lights are almost blinding and give off a slight buzz. There's a variety of areas to inspect. Where will you go? Lab. Oh wow, there's a lot of rooms. The lab room. Oh, that was the room we were just in. My bad. Doesn't look like a lab. It looks like a morgue. Left door? You look towards the door on the left side of the path. You try to open it, but it's locked. There's a keypad to input some sort of code and a screen resting above it. Maybe that will unlock it. Music notes? Oh my god. What is this? Is it like numbers? No, it's letters. Hold up, I can search it up. I can't read notes anymore. You know what? I'll find it later. North path. You walk further down the string of hallways. When you get there, you see a staircase. Surely this is the same one you saw before, right? You hurriedly make your way up the stairs. Let's hope so. This is eye scanning? Yeah, you're not getting through. Naturally, you attempt to go to the door first. However, there doesn't seem to be any kind of handle or knob, and pushing on it does nothing. Oh, musical notes again? Dang, this guy likes music. You look around at the screen next to the door. Oh, okay. There appears to be some sort of song written here. But why? Hold up, I could use this. Let me use this. Awesome, this was useful. Let's go back. So let's go to that left door. And this would be D, C, D, and then E and G. What do you mean nothing? Oh, I guess I gotta capitalize it. Okay, now D, C, G, and then E, C, G. The door softly unlocks for you. Oh, more blood. Yay! Step into the room and are mercilessly hit with a huge chill that makes you huddle into yourself for warmth. I guess this is a morgue? It is freezing in here. And it doesn't exactly take a genius to figure out why that might be. The walls are covered in lockers. You already know what must be inside, but they cannot be your main concern. Hopefully with some luck, you can find something of value in here. Anything? Sure? There's a rolling chair tucked into the corner of the room. It has a plush seat, which feels unfitting for the environment it's in. You doubt it will be of any use to you. One locker is left open. Peeking inside, there's only cold and darkness to greet you. It probably won't be long before it's filled like the rest of them. You look at the lights that are shining above the lockers. All of them are red except for one, and coincidentally, the only non-red one is above the column of lockers with one open at the bottom. You have a feeling you know why that is. There appears to be some type of digital log next to the door of the room. You might as well read it. What's it say? Doctor's log. 2 lockers were filled today, a man and a woman. We usually don't get 2 at once, but it was a bit of a surprise. Our ever so eager boss assured us that it was the best way to take care of things. And we're not getting paid to judge, so we're getting paid to work. First, the man who was brought in. A horse, but certainly not as healthy as they usually say they are. Our boss informed us he was a smoker, but it's not as though he was needed to say anything, we could tell. His lungs were inflamed and gray. You'd think this would have killed him before our boss got the chance to. Nonetheless, he followed our standard procedure and removed all organs from the abdominal cavity. Then there was a woman. A fish, a betta. Her coloration was quite striking. I was almost envious. She seemed to be in a better state than the gentleman was. Her organs were healthy enough, all except her liver. Her liver seemed to be a bit fatty. We can work with this. So he's harvesting organs underneath a club? They're properly emptied and then stored away. So that's why he's asking those questions. Ah. We're running out of room. We'll have to plan for expulsion sooner than we usually schedule them. That's fine. I've been wanting the empty space again for anyways. I like the fresh start after expulsion day. Okay, very sick and twisted. A row of jars sit along the table. They're clearly holding things, but it's hard to say what exactly. The glass is clouded and the contained items are soaking in some kind of liquid. You can only assume it's excess blood. Part of you is tempted to open one, but the much smarter part of you doesn't want to risk tracking blood around the place in any way. There's a scale sitting upon the table in the room. You have a feeling you know what it measures, but part of you still wonders if weight is really all that important. Well, is it? Here's a sink in the room. You turn the handles. Warm and cold water rush from the faucet. Oh, 2. As you look closer in the basin, you can see red markings streaking towards the drain. Not very tidy, are they? Okay, that was important. Oh, we left. So we got the lab room, Borg, stairs. Large doors? There's a fairly large door across from you in the hallway. Unsurprisingly, it's locked. Hold up, I should save at this point, huh? There we go. It seems to require a number code to open. When you tap on the interface, all it states is weight of the last batch. Weight of the last batch. Oh, I don't know that. Shouldn't that be in the morgue? Am I missing anything? You take a look at the light shining above the door. Its blue glow makes the room feel even colder. I wonder if it's intentional. Wait, hold up here. There's a row of cabinets over the counter area. They're too high for you to reach. You wonder for a moment if Playboy can even reach them. You turn your head to the chair in the room. Maybe? Yes, let's do that. You wheel the chair over to the cabinets and step on top. It's a bit wobbly, but you consider yourself to be a pretty well-balanced person. You grab the handle of the cabinet and pull. It doesn't open right away. You pull it again. You feel a little give, but it's a bit stuck. You pull harder. Too hard. No! You lose your balance an inch too far, and gravity pulls you backward and slams you into the hard floor below. Not just any floor. You hit the bloody table behind you on your way down. Dang it. You're dead, girl. Some of the jars that are sitting on it fly off and shatter once they make contact with the ground. And the chair that you're standing on just moments before has toppled over beside you, one squeaky wheel still rolling as if to mock you. There is immense pressure in your back. It is somehow dull and sharp at the same time. Attempting to move at all causes a surge of agony across your body. Breathing hurts, and yet you continue to attempt deep breath after deep breath. Faintly, you hear the sound of someone entering the room, and voices above you begin to chatter. One voice you recognize, one you don't. You attempt to open your eyes to see the pair, but pain blears your vision. Oh, that's not... She okay? Looks okay, in a lot of pain. A spinal injury. Ugh. Shame. You don't hear much more. The pain is too great and you succumb to it. Your eyes close. They never reopen. Well, that's actually a terrible way to die. Spinal injury. I'll fall back. Okay, let's go ornate doors. Looking down one hall, you see a pair of doors that look much more ornate than the others in the area. There's no windows and it has an interesting pattern etched symmetrically in the front. Attempting to open it yields no results, however, but there is a space to input numbers right near an odd-looking screen. Oh, those are the chess pieces. Okay, wait. But what type did she have? I know one was 16 or 91. Okay, we'll skip that for now. Corner door? There's a small door tucked away in the corner of the hall. As you assumed, it's locked. It seems like it requires a code to open. Not just that, it's asking you for something. Looks like you're meant to stick your finger in a small hole attached to the door. Will you stick your finger in? Bad idea, but you know what? Why not? You hesitate at first, but ultimately decide to stick your finger inside the hole. After a moment... Ouch! Something pricked your finger. You pull your finger out and look at the bright red spot left by whatever needle was hidden in there. Suddenly, the screen that requires a code is blinking with a message. Confirm the blood type. Ugh, seriously? How am I supposed to know what it is? No one keeps track of those things anymore. Code screen shows you the following symbols. Blood type? I don't know what this is. I'm gonna skip this. The screen flashes a red X at you. Seems that was incorrect. Let's go up the stairs again. Investigate. You approach the door again. You look very carefully for anything you can interact with. Some kind of secret handle or button that will open the door without trouble. Fortunately, it doesn't look like there's any. You look beside the door. There's two scanners here. One of them is looking for a keycard, the other is an eye scanner. You don't have any keycard on you, and your eye definitely isn't going to work on this. There's a keypad next to the door. Is there anything you could type here? Keypad. No, I gotta search all over, huh? Nothing happens. I have to go back to that first room. I must have did something wrong. Okay. This cabinet. Why would a code look like this and not be 7? Maybe it's backwards? 3... Is it 9? No? No. 3, that's not 9. 2 plus... No, because that doesn't make any sense. You know what? I give up. Anything else I missed in this room? Is a circle with the number 1 in the center. I guess I should write that down. Circle with 1. Or not, it's a decagon. Grab one of the sheets from the shelf. Oh, you might be able to use this for what? For what exactly? Walk over to the card hiding in the corner of the room. Some mysterious... Just some empty syringes and bottles? Actually, pick up the jar contents swishing inside as you do so. Maybe... Pocket the jar. Maybe for what? You have to give us clues here. I gotta look at her hands again. Arms. Open them. And that looks like... I gotta draw this because I won't remember. I don't know what chess piece that is. I don't play chess, you guys. That looks like that. And then the dome. And then... And like that. And it has... 1... 6. Alright, that works. I wonder why she was clutching it though. Okay, where else can we go? We got the jar of... Oh, a jar of heart. Or hearts. Or just a heart. What can I use that for? Can I go back to the morgue? Weigh it? Oh, weigh it. Okay. Just measure the jars. Take the jars you have next to you and begin to measure them. First jar weighs 409 grams. Second weighs 410. And that weighs 108. Let's do the mental math here. It's not gonna be mental. 5, and then 8, 9... 957, if I did that right? Yeah, that should be right. Right? Yeah. Oh wait, there's a fourth one. 159 kilograms, or grams. Oh god. 410, 108, 159. Oh, there's a fifth one. 220? Yeah, I'm gonna use a calculator for this. Okay, the total will be 1,198. Alright, let's get out of here. And what was it for? Door and 8 doors? No, that's the wrong one. My bad. Which one was it for? More stairs. Large ones? Okay, yeah, there it is. 1198. Should be right. What do you mean nothing happens? It's the weight of the last batch, isn't it? I did this right, I swear. Okay, I was a dummy before. I missed 108, so it's 1, 3, 0, and 6. After a moment of processing, the door opens for you. And this is someplace important to save. Step into the room. Like the morgue, it's cold, but it's definitely not as cold. There's a lot of bizarre stuff in here, but by this point, it's not surprising. You walk up to one of the stations in the room. There's a bright red screen looking back at you. It's a touchscreen, and you play around with some of the options for anything that might be useful. Through your stumbling, you find an option that reads Disable Refrigerator Security. Disable Refrigerator Security. Why not? Make your selection. Oh, wait, hold up. I don't know about this yet. Never mind. You walk up to one of the stations in the room. You're not really sure what it could be used for or what it accomplishes, but that objects in the other room don't already. You don't know what any of these buttons do, but you're not sure you want to ever try them out. Go here. You approach a large row of fridges that feel like they're glaring at you. They're obviously the room's focus, and any time spent not looking at them feels like ignoring the elephant in the room. You gaze into the clear windows and rows upon rectangular jars staring back at you. This amount is absurd. He has to be selling these, some sort of black market organ dealer. People aren't eating them, right? That would be terrible. How much have they made alone on this? As your eyes continue to skim through the contents of the fridge, a small glint near the bottom catches your eye. You squat down to get a closer look. There appears to be some sort of USB left on the bottom shelf of the refrigerator. Let's open that up. Oh, I should know better. As soon as you pull the fridge even slightly, an alarm begins to go off. You panically look around you, but you can't see the source of the alarm anywhere. Not that it matters. Anyone already knows you're here. Shit. You sit there hiding for a moment, but realize there's nowhere in here that you could hide. So of course, you rush to the door, hoping to be able to hide somewhere else until someone deactivates the alarm. But the door opens just a second too early, and the horror dawns on you as you realize what's going on. Sure enough, he's there. And you're on the ground. Had a feeling it might be you. You're a tough one, I'll give you that. But not very careful, are ya? Well, got anything to say for yourself? Eat shit? Had a feeling it might be something like that. You feel his grip on your throat tighten. Attempting to speak at all at this point isn't possible anymore. See you on the other side, Nina. Well, you tried. Honestly, I would have died at this point, Nina. You did your best. You took your breath away. Yeah, quite literally. Okay, let's go with this post-it note. There's a crowded corkboard in the room. You take a look at it. Oh! Here it is! Blood type. So, that's important. What was the blood that we had? Raz, strawberry. Let me just take a picture. That... like this. Alright. Half-heartedly, blah blah blah. Suburban by condition as well. He has a preference? He likes to keep the better ones for our associates. Oh, and this right here is, what is that? 12 plus 16, 19, 15, and 17. Oh, okay, so the code's here already. Great. Everything's just in place. There's a tall cabinet here with a screen on top. Seems like if you want inside, you need to answer a password. Man, there's always a password. There's some drawers here. Although it doesn't look like it, the drawers are locked, and they're asking for a password to get in. Yeah. There's some sort of strange block of machinery here. You can't make heads or tails of it. Tempting to read the screen attached to the side just makes you even more confused. Clearly this is meant for someone with knowledge you just don't have. Well, time to leave. How do we get out of here? Alright, corner door. Blood type. Hold up, I actually don't know. It could be Sina or Lady. Wait, is it a name? Okay, it works. Awesome. What is this? You walk into the room finally. It seems like the most normal room you've encountered. Aside from the bits of strange machinery, it looks like a normal office. It almost feels inappropriate, but you have better things to do than to ponder over that. Here, there's a glowing scan of some sort here. Oh, that isn't any scan. That's a scan of you. Oh, that's creepy. Images of you flicker on the screen with words describing you. Nina, last name unknown, red box, intersex female, eyes yellow, hair orange, blood type Sina. Sina? What does that mean? Notes, scans are picking up something, unclear as of now, will review her organs after removal. Well, that last sentence isn't the most reassuring. You got to get out of here. I too agree. You can hear open some of the cabinets under the desk. They're not locked, but there's also not really anything important in here. Staplers, paper clips, office tape, just supplies and junk drawers. Whatever. Strangely enough, there seems to be a small makeup set in here. You take a look over it. Part of you was almost tempted to nick some for yourself, but you're sure whoever owns this will know one is missing. Okay, let me write that down. It's red, number 3, and then cute, number 42. Best to play it safe. And there's numbers on the eye. You know what? Let me just take a picture. This is all too important. Number on the eyeshadow palettes. I don't know what code this is for though. Here. You approach the computer in the room, leaning over the keyboard as you reach your hands out to controls. But, oh shit, no! What are you doing in here? A rather effeminate man barges into the room and accosts you before you can do anything. He's clearly panicked. This isn't going to end well. Oh shit, grab him, grab him! Before you have time to react or even reach him, he attacks you with some kind of stun gun. It's immediately apparent to you that you feel electricity burn and ripple across your entire being. Your muscles contract and lock up in ways you didn't even know were possible. You never really wanted to know what it was. You can't even tilt your head or reach the slightest inch forward. All control has been ripped from you in a matter of seconds. You've never been struck by lightning before, but you have to imagine it feels somewhat like this. You collapse to the floor after a moment, but you're not met with any relief. As soon as you've fallen, he shocks you again. And again, and again, and again. You just fried all her organs. Like he's afraid if he lets you go for even a second, you'll be at his throat. Which, to be fair, you probably would. The pain is so intense, growing and spreading, all suddenly dissolves in a brief moment before you black out completely. You never get back up. Oh dang, got shocked to death. Fried foxtail. That does not sound good. Okay, other parts of the room. Full of lots of paper and words you can't quite understand, borderline unreadable. There's a small sticky note with a drawing of someone on it though. Regretfully, admittedly cute. Here? There's a mini fridge in here. By this point, you're half expecting it to be full of body parts like everything else. It's not enough though. Actually, it's full of snacks. Cans of iced coffee and tea, some grilled beef dish. There's even a stack of chocolate bars tucked into the corner. Let's not eat any. Let's not do that. Leave the fridge alone. There's an illuminated workspace over here. You're not sure where it could be worked on over here. It doesn't exactly look like the kind of place you handle body parts. You thought maybe there'd be some kind of tool up in here you could defend yourself with, a screwdriver or a hammer, but there's nothing. You look at the boxes under the workspace. It's full of machinery components but no tools to put them together. Screws, bolts, washers, batteries. A night piece with the number 48 written on it. A night piece 48. I don't know what the night looks like though. Help. Here? There's a small shelf attached to this contraption. There's nothing useful here, but mysteriously there's a storybook here. A children's storybook. Remember this story from your own childhood. What's it doing here? Let's read. The Turtle and the Rabbit. You're so slow, said the rabbit to the turtle. Speed is not everything, said the turtle to the rabbit. I'll show you. I'll beat you in the race. Hi, laughed the rabbit. We'll see about that. All the woodland animals, well, we know the story. Playing with leaves. That's strange. You thought this book had a, different ending. Hold up. I thought the rabbit came in last. Looking on the past, determined to finish the race. Looking down into the hole. Speed isn't everything. You have to be clever too. Nah, this is written by Playboy himself. I can't wait for a slowpoke like him. He literally trapped him. Strange. There's an incredibly strange glass cylinder-like mechanism in the room. There's nothing at the bottom of the machine except for some of a camera attached to the mechanical arm. You see the tracks surrounding it, implying that the camera can not only be moved vertically, but also circle around the perimeter of the cylinder. Well, hold up this. The boxes are full of nothing but junk. Empty jars, machinery parts. There's a bunch of spares for anything they might need. Okay, I guess I could try the... which one was it? Refrigerator room? Ornate doors? Okay, so this one was, I'm guessing, 91. King piece. Is this a king? 48? Hold up. 12 plus 16 minus 19, 15. Does that make any sense? That looks like... that looks like this piece, the third one here before the minus sign. But what is that exactly? Okay, so this middle piece, this piece right here would be, I don't know if this is right, negative 33 from what I calculated from that board. This one would be 91, I'm guessing. The king would be, what was it, 48? Or no, knight. Which one's a knight? Knight? No, that's a horse. Oh my god, I don't know. I'll look it up later. Okay, where else? What other numbers do I have? The morgue I got. I just need stair codes for the stairs, refrigerator room. I need a USB, but I can't trip up the alarm. Let me search again. Oops, there's more. A column full of glowing lights against the wall. The words on here are easier to understand than some of the other stuff in this place. It seems mostly to be reading the weather. That's odd. Why would he be reading the weather? Maybe whoever is down here is curious about what's going on above the surface? Not like they have any windows down here. There's a thing here? You're not sure what it is. It's a thing. Is it a capsule? You're not sure how to open it. It's not a camera, is it? No, it shouldn't be. You're not really sure what to do with it. Maybe it's best just to leave it be? I guess. A safe in the room. Strangely, it appears to operate based on letter code rather than a combination lock. A letter code? A letter code? For what? I'm missing something here. There's way too many codes. I'm sad. I guess I'll leave. What else? Letter code. Office? Ornate doors? That office, there was like a code, but what was it? It had to correspond with colors though. That I do not get. I could try that. Let me go back. So this has to be a code for something. So the sparkly red 7, 8, and then that. Well, that's not sparkly, is it? That yellow would be. Well, that's orange, and that's yellow. Is it that E hashtag? Or. Well, that's yellow and that's orange. Okay, sparkly blue, which is 6. And then there's a plain red right there, which I'm guessing is 3. And then that yellow color, I do not know. I guess I have to guess. Maybe I just have to guess. Okay, back here, there was an attempt to disable security. So we can make our selection. Based on that little screen by the door, I'll choose the horse, maybe? Oh, no, the fish. Mouse, porcupine, beaver. That's not here. Horse, then. Computer prompts you to select an additional choice. Squirrel, fox, deer, skunk, bird, porcupine, bear, mouse, wolf. That I do not know. That fish isn't there. Yay. I want to say a bird? That wasn't the right combo. 1 attempt left. It can only be unlocked by higher authority. Yeah, let's exit. Let's not do that. What are other places? This is why this is so important. The vent in the room is blowing out cool air. Fortunately for you, it's not exactly the kind of vent you can break and crawl into. Escape will have to come some other way. Anything else here? I guess just the jars. Place them on the scale. Oh yeah, well, we did that already. Anything else? Chair. Nothing. Oh wait, what's here? There's a work table in the room. Tablecloth covered in blood. Think that they'd be a little neater with operations if they're hoping to avoid getting caught? Well, they seem to have avoided it so far, so they must be doing something right. Anything else in here? Why can't we just step on the counter to get through these? Look up at the cabinets, look towards the chair, and then you look at the blanket. Oh, the blanket will help? Acting quickly, you place a sheet on the floor and then drag the chair over top of it. With the wheels being unable to move against the blanket, you take the step on top. Luckily, you feel like a balanced enough person to be able to reach up there with your heels on. You open the cabinets and look around inside. There isn't much, at least not that much that would be of use to you. There's a book here, though. Okay, great. The book is unlabeled on the cover, but has a few different sections marked with highlighted tabs. What section will you read? Milk, I guess? He let himself in a very strange case, even before everything else. He is incredibly secretive, but the tests don't lie. He is surely the result of a hybrid couple, though it's unclear whether his mother or father was the odd one out of the two. It was interesting that despite his results, he's still predominantly a rabbit, so much so that you'd never be able to tell. Especially not by just looking at him. If anything else were different, he might have come out looking more like a scavder? A scavder. Oh no, what disrupts it? You hear the sound of footsteps and chatter coming your way. You quickly hop off the chair and hide the blanket and roll the chair backward to where he was. You need to hide. Wouldn't they notice? Hold up, let me save. This won't end good. I want to lock myself in here, but like, wouldn't they notice a body missing? Let's try. Why not? You scramble into the locker as quickly as you can, making sure all of you is inside. It's an uncomfortable position to be in, but somehow you manage to close the door behind you. It's dark and cold inside the locker. You never really considered yourself claustrophobic before, but you also were never really in a space this cramped before. It's not long before you hear the room's door open and the talking of people outside your locker. The voices are muffled, but you're sure one of them is Playboy's. The other, you're not so sure of it. It's unfamiliar to you. You talk for a little while. As much as you try to listen in, you still can't make out the words from inside the locker. Eventually the talking stops, and you hear the morgue's door open and shut again. Feeling as though the coast is clear, you kick the door of the locker to open it again. Uh-oh, you kick the door of the locker to open it again. Shit, you're locked inside. Your first instinct is to manually kick out the door until it opens back up, but you can't do that. The noise might attract the wrong kind of attention. You attempt to searching with your feet and your hands and your tail, anything that moves, looking for some sort of fail-safe. Where there is nothing, just thick, smooth walls surrounding you at all angles. The locker is getting colder, yet you feel your body overheating in a panic. Is it just your imagination, or does the air feel like it's getting thinner? Instincts overtake you, and you find yourself rapidly kicking out the locker door despite yourself. You're not screaming yet, but you feel like you're close to. Despite all the noise you're making, you're able to hear it when the morgue room opens up again. You stop moving it once again. Is that you? Nina? Why is he the one that comes? He must be sitting right next to the locker because you can hear his voice clear enough through the locker to make out the words. You stuck in there, baby girl? Despite knowing the danger he holds, you feel yourself begin to calm down and slow your breathing just by hearing his voice. You're a slippery little vixen, you know that? You still don't reply. You want out? Just tell me. Yeah. I'm sure you do. What do you mean by that? Say it again? What? Say it again. You gotta be kidding me, Playboy. Now, don't be wasting the air in there. I want you to say it again. Fine, I want out. Yeah? What's the magic word? Freaking please. Please let me out. His laugh has only gotten louder. Well, since you said please, I'll think about it. What? You wait for his response and stiffen up every second passes with more silence greeted. Was that the door? Did he leave you here? Panic rises in your chest again, this time even stronger than before. You start kicking like crazy again, hoping that something somewhere will just give and pop open and let you out. But you do start screaming this time. Even if not Playboy, maybe someone else would hear you and decide to take mercy on you. You knew it wasn't true, but it was the only thing you had to hold on to. You weren't sure of how long you laid there, thrashing and screaming. But whether it was the cold or the lack of air or just how much energy you expended trying to escape, your limbs fell slack at your sides. Your breathing began to slow, and despite the lack of light, you tried to keep your eyes open, but nothing looked any different when you finally closed for the last time. Suffocation, that is just so truly evil, honestly. So we know that Playboy is a hybrid, Foxicle. What was he, a scavenger? I don't know what that is, I've never heard of that. The table's the only place to hide, though it doesn't look like it's very long. You duck underneath a tablecloth, hoping that if you're quiet and still, you'll go unnoticed. You wrap your tail around you and hope that no part of you sticks out. Within a few moments, 2 pairs of feet step into the room, heels clacking against the hard tile floor. They stop within your view, facing towards the lockers. So that's what they knew. And a scavenger is a fake type of rabbit thing that was created in Sweden. It's like a rabbit with like deer like antlers or something. So he's like some mythical creature that was conjured up. You hear them clearly talking above you. You recognize Playboy's voice, but not the other. Despite the heels, his rather masculine voice. I told you we only have room for one more. Ah, you're right again. I could have sworn there was more room. We have 2 bodies in the lab now, correct? Which one should we get in the locker? They're small. Can't they both fit? Just stack them on top of each other. I take a bite out of that girl sandwich. Okay. I don't think that will work as well as you think it will. Alright, I hear ya. The blonde. First come, first serve, right? Fair enough. What should we do with that fox, then? Is the dumpster outside clear enough? That skank. Ha, look, it's fine. We'll find a way to make it work. I'll tell you what we should do with her before the night's up, alright? Whatever you say, boss. The 2 of them move around the room a bit more in silence. Then the pair starts walking towards the door and walk out, shutting the door behind them. Wait a few moments until their footsteps can't be heard outside the door anymore. Once you were sure you were in the clear, you get out from under the table. You safe again? You take a look around you as if someone else could still possibly be in the room. As you look around, you notice something on the floor. One of them must have dropped something. Pick it up? Yep. Crash down and pick the object up. It was an employee card, but it seems important. You could use this for something, you're sure of it. Alright, we got a card. Perfect. Let me save at this point, because it's important. So we saw the codes in red. And one of them is the sink. This is in red, and then there's a code in green that I gotta figure out. So we have the office. I don't think there's anything else in the office. The lab room. I don't think there's anything else in the lab room. No, and I still can't figure out what this is. Like, what does this mean? This 3 times 2 plus 7. A decagon with a 1. Let me just go up the stairs for now. Here? 2 scanners, key card. You have a key card, but it doesn't seem like things work without the eye scan. Okay, so that's useless. So we need someone's eye. And we need a combo, an animal combo. What would that be though? What were you looking for exactly? Refrigerator room? A letter code. What would the letter code be? I don't have any letters on me right now. No, I don't. Let's try the combos again. Attempt? Okay, what could it be? Horse, dog, cat, sheep, a bear, a wolf, deer. There's no rabbit here. I was hoping there would be a rabbit, but there's no rabbit. Never mind. Okay, on to the next entry, Jade. He's obsessed with moving. If he's not dancing, he's exercising. If he's not exercising, he's walking. If he's not walking, he's standing, impatiently tapping his foot or bouncing his leg, or abusing that silly little mortar and pestle like it's a STEM toy or something. If he's still, it's because he's in good company, occupying so much of his mind that moving is no longer necessary. In a way, I must feel bad for him. It must be exhausting to need to be distracted that much. In a way, he reminds me of this jackalope I once met. I'm not though, it's not purebred. And not just because he's a rabbit either. Okay, there come again. A jackalope? Oh, I feel like that's important. Jackalope, jackalope. And now let's go with Ruby. It's always red with him. I've never heard him say it's his favorite, but it must be. One has to wonder if it's due to the business he's in, or because he's spent so much of his time staring into his own eyes. Despite everything, I have to say he is creepy as when he's looking into a mirror. He stares at himself with such intensity, yet I can't tell what's going on in his head. I'm not sure if it's dissatisfaction, but it certainly isn't admiration. I wonder if there's things that he'd like to change on the outside. Maybe we can make him look more like a Rasselbach if he's looking to change his stuff. Is this a real creature? Because the jackalope is not real. Jasselbach. Maybe that's important. That's in red. Maybe that could work. Okay, now I gotta skip through this, and we're on to the cold. Okay, let's try this. A letter code? Yes. Let's hope. What was it? Rasselbach or jackalope? Rasselbach? Rasselbach? Dang it. Maybe jackalope? Jackalope. Nope, that doesn't do anything. Okay, I'm kind of lost here. There's one more. It was another mythical creature, Scadaver. Let's try that. Scaber, because I don't see anything else. I mean, I could try rabbit after this. That doesn't. Nothing happens. Jackrabbit. No. Okay, so using what was it called? The book's contents. It was white, green, and red. And with the, I don't know, like alluding to the species that he is, Scavenger, Jackalope, and Rasselbach. Such weird words. So the red word, I'll try Rasselbach for red. If not, I'll have to look through the book again and see. Okay, it works. The drawer unlocks. Take a quick look inside for anything that might be helpful. It's a strange syringe in there. It's full of something, but you're not sure what. Want to take it? Yeah, I'm gonna take it. Pocket the syringe, being extra careful not to poke yourself with it. Okay, and then there was... This one was green. That is jackalope. Jackalope. They unlock. You rummage around inside, looking for anything that might be helpful. There's a bottle named chloroform. That's what he used, huh? Yeah, let's take that. So we got chloroform, and what's the color here? It's a letter code. And the only one I have left is scavenger. I have to spell it right, I'm pretty sure. Right? Yeah, nothing happens. Okay, so all my soul searching for too long. I'm guessing it's going to be these. Because raccoon is on the list over there, and I don't remember a fox. Something close to a fox. So it's a fox and a raccoon. Two of his forest friends. Huh. Is that why he likes the preference towards foxes? I don't know. I don't see any raccoons around him, but refrigerator room. Let's see if that works, because I know there's a raccoon here. Is there a fox? Yes, there is. Oh, thank goodness. Please be right. Okay, it's been disabled. She'll be able to safely open the fridge now. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, you pick up the USB sitting near the bottom, and you put her in our pockets. It belongs to the peacock. Dude. We're gonna... Hopefully I can use computer, because that's the only computer I see. Put it in... Unless we don't get caught. We don't get caught, right? Then you over the keyboard. Ah, never mind. And a woman. Okay. I always thought there was something strange about this, because there's some words that were capitalized in this, and I was like, is that like a typo? But I realized that might be a code. So let's start with the man that's capitalized. See, like this E, I was like, that's kind of weird, but you know, at this point, this is reminding me of like escape room games, and I keep thinking back, and the only one I've ever done out of them, I've only did one that I finally succeeded in doing. Okay, that's an A. Take care of things. We're getting paid to work. First, the man was brought in, and then L, and then A. The smoker, Gatel, and Gray. Chance to press P, and then I. Well, of course you're envious. You're a peacock. Makes sense why he's beautiful. There's N. We can work with this. Store it away. Sooner than we spell schedule and for space anyways. Expulsion day. Okay, N and E. Okay, so the only other place I could think of is the refrigerator room, because that's the only one with the letter-based code. There better be something good in here. Okay, so that's M, mean, Lapin, E. Please work. Yes. Despite having been locked, there doesn't seem to be much value inside. No. Looks like it mostly a bunch of junk. A yo-yo, a snow globe, a vacation magazine, a costume necklace, and a knocked over rook piece with the number 7 at the bottom. Oh, okay, 7. A rook piece. A rook. Oh my god, you guys, I don't know chess. 7 for a rook piece? Wait, which one's a rook piece? Okay, so I did figure out what these pieces mean through the helpful Google. This is the king, pawn, queen, and this is the rook, bishop, and knight. So we got all of these 4 except for these 2. I don't know, I feel like I found a king somewhere, but I do not remember. So we just need a king and a pawn, but I'm not sure what else to search to look for that exactly. Let me go back up the stairs. Is there anything? There's this music note. And there is something here. The keypad. Okay, I guess the keypad, it looks like music notes. Low-key. So I could try this. So the first note is 1, 2, 3, C. 1, 2, 3. B. And... oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not it. 4, that's E, C, and... hold up. E, B, and C. E, B, C. And then that is D, E, and E. Hopefully that's right, and I read that right. At least it makes things easier with music. So E, B, C, D, E? Nothing. I read it wrong. Okay, I finally read the roads right. So it's E, D, C, D, and then E, E, E. The way I was getting them wrong, you would think I never did music. Keypad lets out a soft ding. Surely you must have done it right then. You stand in front of the door waiting for it to slide open. But that doesn't happen. You think about inputting the code again when... hello? You hear his voice crackle through a speaker. Shit. You keep quiet, hoping that if you don't make any noise, he'll think it was a glitch or something. Nina, is that you? Shit. Ha, do you think I opened the door for you? It's a failsafe for a buddy of mine. Don't worry, I'll come get you. You hurriedly turn away from the door and do your best to get down the stairs without tripping. You look around yourself in a panic. You need to hide somewhere, but where? Is it even worth hiding? He knows you're out. It's only a matter of time before he finds you. Continue racing down the halls, not even sure where you're going at this point. We run down one hall to find out it's essentially a dead end. There's a door, but it's locked, and you don't have time to try to unlocking it. Desperate for... oh, never mind. Sorry, darling. I don't mean to manhandle you, but you don't give me much of a choice. I'm not going back to the table. Let me go. Really? Did you think that would work? It was worth a shot. Ha. You're a funny girl, Nina. I'll miss that. You suddenly feel a sharp pain in your back, similar to the one you discovered on the stairs. Much like then, your vision begins to wane. Until there's nothing left. Well, that was close. Dead time lullaby. Mirror? Can't really think of much else to do. I feel like this is still important, but who knows at this point. Oh. Oh shit. Oh, use chloroform? Syringe? Chloroform? You grab the chloroform bottle you picked up earlier and attempt to use it against him. Fortunately, it's not as though you had time to unscrew the damn thing. Your instincts knew that. Because quicker than you could ever think, you could smash the bottle against his head as chloroform drenches the two of you. Both of you fall to the floor amidst the newly shattered glass. You remember hearing the fast-acting chloroform was all movie magic once. That it can't actually really knock you out in a matter of seconds. At the very least, it takes a few minutes. But they must have gotten their paws on some strong stuff over here. Or maybe it's some sort of blackout potion labeled as chloroform. For whatever reason, they could have been doing that. Whatever it is, you feel yourself dripping out of consciousness almost immediately. And despite your strongest attempt to fight against it, you can't help yourself but being dragged down to the floor under your own weight. Everything goes black. And stays that way. Well, we tried. So syringe is the way. We have other options. I guess we could use the scientist for something. Eye print. Knock yourself out. The eyes. Is syringe. Acting quickly, you grab the syringe you picked up and jab it sharply into his neck. His eyes immediately contract, and within seconds, his body goes limp. What the hell is in this thing? He collapses to the floor. We're not gonna scoop his eyes out, are we? You're not sure what to do now. It'd be bad if he woke up, but killing him seems a bit extreme right now. You'll just have to move quickly. You take his body and slump it against one of the chairs in the room. There, that's more presentable. Now back to the computer. Awesome. Computer shows you a locked screen, asking for a USB to unlock it successfully. Luckily, you happen to pick one up. You insert it into the port on the computer, and it unlocks to you. Okay, school. Photos, operations, photos. What is this? The file is named Carnival 1. They seem to all be friendly with each other, so he has friends. This one's Carnival 2. and night out. And that's just a 41. What was that? I think that's the pawn. 41 for that. Okay, operations. Initiate scan, print keycard, emergency protocol. Hold up. I'm gonna do something reckless. What's this? Actually, maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, I have a feeling no matter what it does, it won't unload for me. You wanna try it? Never mind. Print keycard. Current member. Wait, do I even need to print out a keycard? I already have one I picked up earlier. I'll save myself the trouble. Guess not. Let's initiate scan. Computer informs you that the scanner is empty. Not like you have anything to scan anyways. Cycle bin? It's empty. Sleep? Man, you don't have anything? Wake up. You approach him carefully. He's still that cold. Oh, remove his eye? We could do that? Oh, I don't like that. You bend down beside him and search any pockets on this person. As you dig your hand into one of them, you feel a small hole in the seam between the pocket and the jacket. That must explain why you've been finding some seemingly dropped stuff. Continuing to dig, you find a stun gun. This kind of thing can be really useful. And when you point it away from you and test it, nothing happens. Not a single spark. You double check it to see if it's on, but still nothing happens. You slip it back into his pocket. Clearly it's of no use to you. The next thing you grab is a communicator of some kind. You attempt to get inside, but it's asking for a passcode. Oh my god, another one. Passcode. Was there anything else I missed? Passcode? Oh, right, the nail polish. That could be it. Seemed that wasn't it. I could grab your eye socket, but not right. Or maybe I should. Yeah, let's do that. I don't want to. I'm sorry. Removes eye. You don't have anything to do it with. Oh, we need something. I don't have a scalpel or anything. We need one of those tools, but I can't figure out the password for that. You look at the makeup and then back on the body on the floor. You think you can guess who this belongs to. Yes, but we need it. Has to be something, but this yellow, it matches this up here, but it says E. And that hashtag. E. Hashtag. What does that mean? Maybe I should try that. It might work. Check that communicator. 7, 8, E. E. Hashtag. Does that work? No, the hashtag doesn't work. It's only letters. 6, 3. It's only numbers. No, that wasn't it. Then what could it be it? I could try 42. Right? That would be 7. That would be 8. This is a mystery. 6. Yeah, that looks more like 6, not 16. Or 16? And the red is 3. Maybe I should try 16? And then 3? Let's do 7, 8, 16, and 3. That wasn't it either. Could that be E? The E's underlined. What did that mean? I'm not good at this. No, I'm just gonna guess numbers. They all seem to be single digit. Check communicator. Let's do 7, 8, 1, 6. Nope. 6, 3. Nope. 7, 8, 2, 6, 3. Nope. 7, 8, 4, 6, 3. Nope. 7, 8, 5, 6, 3. Nope. 7, 8, 6, 6, 3. Nope. 7, 8, 7, 6, 3. Nope. That's the that. 7, 8, 8, 6, 3. That was working. 7, 8, 9, 6, 3. Okay, that worked. Awesome. You immediately start snooping in the communicator, looking for a way to contact the outside world. Fortunately, it doesn't seem to have any sort of command for that. Rather, it seems like it's only built to communicate with the boss and other staff members. Well, freaking with them would be fun. You'd rather not draw attention to yourself. You leave it be. Are you serious? That's it? Come on now. Nothing else in here? No new messages from any of his associates yet. Okay. Eyeball. That locked cabinet. Those two are a pair. Okay guys, so for the life of me, I could not figure this out on my own. I had to look it up. If I had to figure it out on my own, it would take a couple of days for me to figure this out. So from other videos I've watched on this, it's the numbers correspond to those numbers that we found. Like the one in the sink in that morgue. The 2, that was a 2, but that represented a circle. So that circle will represent a 0 for the number. So this 2 right here would be a 0. The 1 was the dodecagon that was right here in the machine. The dodecagon has a 12-sided, I don't know, it's 12-sided shape. And the 3, which I actually would have missed, it was in the other cold room, machine room. They would click on the poster and then it shows like, you know, like a bunch of hexagons with like symbols in it. It was that basically. I never would have gotten that, so I had to look it up. So the answer would be 18. Okay, the cabinet door finally opens. God, that was so hard. I can never figure that out. The door opens up to you and you hurriedly look inside for something you can use. While it's full of surgical tools, it's conveniently void of most things pointing your sharp. I suppose you could take these. They're gonna use that to scoop out the eyeball? At least. It's better than nothing. Pocket the scissors and close the cabinet. Well, we'll see how this goes. You know what? We shouldn't feel bad. They're over here harvesting people's organs. Remove eye? Oh, with the scissors. Carefully move your fingers to his eyes, hoping that he doesn't suddenly jump back to consciousness. He doesn't. It's almost a little weird to see, his eye completely glossed over, his soul somewhere else. Decide you just go for it, now or never. You hold his eye open with one hand and attempt to move his eye with the scissors you have in the other. Shit, this isn't going to work. You can't effectively move his eye to cut it out when both your hands are busy. You need something that will hold his eyes open. Where can you get something like that? Hold his eyes open. What was that? Maybe there's something else in the cabinet. Let's go back. Let's go to the lab room. Please there be something else. Look in the cabinet again, as if hoping some new tool has appeared to help you. Takes a bit of searching, but eventually your fingers graze themselves upon an eye speculum. You take it out. Okay, very handy. Off as we go. Move that eye. Never done this before, but there's a first time for everything. You just hope you can get it out properly. You set up the speculum around his eye. It takes a bit to figure out, but it's easy once you do. You hesitate on the next step, but you have to do it eventually. It's hard to get a grip on an eyeball, not like you expected it to be easy. And once it is in your fingers, pulling it out is another story. It's very resilient to wanting to be pulled out. Who would have guessed that it would want to stay in its socket? It's a good thing you're not squeamish, otherwise you could imagine this would be hell for you. Once you finally pulled it out enough to see what you assume are the nerves, you get to cutting. You cut everything you see attached to the globe of the eyeball until it's finally separated. You hold the eyebrow in your hand. This better work? Oh man, he's gonna wake up and be so mad. Well, anyone would be mad if they find their eyeball missing. You remove the speculum from his eyelids and let them fall to, well, you don't see closed. It's looking a bit worse for wear, but that's not your problem anymore. You step back from him as he lay unconscious. Alright, to freedom, finally. You think about it, it's really all his fault for being careless, you know? For a while, it seemed like you'd never get out of here, but finally escape is in your grasp. You scan the key card and it accepts. You hold the eyeball to the scanner and it accepts that too. What's behind the door though? You can hear the whir of machinery begin. You stand in front of the door, impatient for it to finally slide open and let you out of here. As soon as you sense a tiny... You weren't expecting to see him there. Why the hell would he be there? He caused you to stumble back and you tumbled hard down the stairs. But that wasn't all. The scissors you were holding out escaped from your grasp, but found a way back somewhere else. Your eye? Are you serious? The stinging pain in your eye versus the numbing pain in the back of your head. It's like your body can't decide what it wants to focus on. Through the pain ringing in your ears, you can still hear him coming down the stairs. His footsteps edge closer as he's right beside you. You struggle to open your good eye to see him. He's crouching over you. You aren't sure what to make of his expression. It looks confused more than anything else. He probably wasn't expecting to see you too. Heh. Well. What were you doing? Me? What about you? None of your business. But if you're curious, I'll humor you. A little employee of mine lost their identification. I told him I'd just print a new one, but just in case I've been looking for the little thing. Don't want a regular thinking they can get all the employee benefits just because they picked up the card, you know? Wasn't upstairs, so I'm coming back down to check here again. You wouldn't happen to know what happened to it, would you, darling? Well, I happen to notice you got a bit of a problem. Right there. He says as the tips of his finger ever so slightly touch the end of the scissors. Even just that slight touch sends a tidal wave of pain flowing outwards from your eye. It takes every muscle in you not to scream. You want some help with that? What do you think? Beg. Excuse me? You want help? Beg for it. I'm not gonna beg. This man does not care. Like he doesn't have empathy. I'm not gonna beg. You feel Playboy grab the scissors like a joystick sticking out of your face. Don't say I didn't give you a chance. You know what's coming next, and all you can do is dread it. Your hands aren't strong enough to stop him as he rips the scissors out from your eyeballs in one swift motion. You feel the cold air push against the warm blood leaking out of your face, and then you stab the scissors right back into your eye. This time you do scream. You scream, you flail, you click your legs around frantically, you scratch at him as much as you can manage. It doesn't stop him. As he pulls out the scissors and shoves them back into your eyes again. At least there's no visual. And again. And again. Until you can't feel it anymore. So close. Why does he have to happen to be down there? Ending. What end do we get? An eye for an eye. It really was an eye for an eye. How unfortunate. Let's try the begging part, even though I hate to do that. Well, fine. Help me. Please help me. That's it? What do you mean that's it? I mean, this is your life you're begging for. I think you could give him a little more than that. Help me. Please help me. I don't want to die here. It hurts and I can feel myself bleeding. I already know I'm going to lose my eye. I don't want to die here. And you know that. You can see that, can't you? How hard I tried to escape, how much I want to survive. Can't you just give it to me? Let me live? I'll do anything you want. Just don't let me die here. I can't die here, not like this. Please. Oh shit, I didn't expect the waterworks. Heh. Alright. You were a good girl. Wait right here. Wait. I'll be right back. Huh? Playboy stands up from his crouched position and starts walking further down the hall. You call out for him to wait as you struggle to roll onto your front side. Using whatever power is left in your arms, you attempt to crawl towards him, still shouting for him to wait. He keeps going at a leisurely stride until he's out of your sight. You hear a faint plop just below your face. You look down, the blood dripping from your eyes creating a small circle of splatters upon the floor. And then it starts to blur. You feel yourself losing consciousness. Shit. Was he just screwing with you? Is he really going to leave you here to bleed out? You're pretty sure karma isn't supposed to work like this. But before you can really think about it, your world goes black. Are we alive? Oh? You open your eyes. Again. For a moment you wonder if you were in the afterlife. But you can't imagine the afterlife would feel so unpleasant. Heavy. Everything is still a bit blurry. You can barely move. It feels like it takes a few moments just to drag your hand to your injured eye. And once it finally makes it, you can feel it's been bandaged. Somehow you have no idea where you are while also knowing exactly where you are. At the very least, you're aware the room as you're in is different. Then something in the room starts moving. It must be the door, as you can see him emerge. You can see him clearly. He must be close enough to you. It's a bit odd though, as you can't seem to tell if the amount of time between you waking up and him walking into the room was a few minutes or a few hours. Hey, pretty girl. Heard you might be waking up around now. How you feeling? Well, nothing really. Yeah, I thought so. Well, I'm sure you understand at this point how these things usually go. Under normal conditions, well, I think you can tell what would have happened to you. So you might be wondering why you're still, alive. And regarding that, let's just say I thought you looked real adorable. It was kind of funny too. I'm only not one for the feisty, disobedient ones. When I saw you there, all frantic, crying, cute, something kind of clicked for me, and I couldn't stop smiling. Okay, you're special, Nina, in more ways than you're letting on. So let's have more fun together, okay? You're tired though, right? I can see why you would be. Get some rest. I'll be back for you later. Sweet dreams, sweet girl. And he's back out of the room again. You hate to agree with him, but getting rest does sound good right about now. You sink your head into your pillow. You close your remaining eye, and you doze off. Are we really gonna be okay? Oh, that's just the ending. And domesticated. There's no way. Password? No, another one? A password for the key card. What would it be? Okay. Though text pops up on the screen to give you a hint, it reads your current communicator background. Oh! Communicator background. Like a phone background? Go do that. Oh, right, the code what was it? 7, 8, and 9, 6, 3. Okay, our background. So these are letters, not numbers, so they're Simbella? Simbella? I think so. Okay. Operations, print key card. And it was Simbella. These be lowercase. Okay, it's uppercase. Never mind. Bella. Okay, that works. You hear the printer roar to life as it starts printing out a key card. Can that like give me a hint? You pocket the key card. I thought that would maybe give me a hint to what the king's number would be. Okay, we got a key card, but that's about it. I'm thinking since we have the key card, maybe he still has his key card since we dropped it. So maybe that same thing won't happen? Let's see. Go up those stairs. 2 scanners. Oh, right, I need the eyeball. Duh. Okay, here we are. Does that work? Oh, wait, no eye. Hold on. Does it work? Please don't be there. I mean, we got the thing. We left it down there. Yes! The door's open. Oh, thank goodness. And we keep our eye. Without wasting any time, you rush out the door. You find yourself back in the VIP room, the very one you started in. It is both a relief and makes you nauseous at the sight of it. You open the VIP doors that leads to the back of the main club. You squeeze between the drunken partying guests as you make your way through the main door. And then you're outside in the cool night air. We better run away from the club. The loud noises of music and people become muffled behind you as the doors shut. And I feel like it would be pointless to report to police, because what if they're in on it? And suddenly, it all feels like a faraway dream. Take a deep breath, the air is refreshing, and a slight breeze moves past you. You start walking down the sidewalk, passing others as if nothing was wrong, as if nothing happened in there. You didn't find your necklace, but at least you managed to escape with your life. Hopefully your necklace is somewhere else. Because you're not sure you'll be returning to the Lucky Rabbit anytime soon. Well, we escaped with our life. Yay! Okay, we got end. Escape artist. So I'm guessing that last ending is the door. But I cannot find the king. I feel like I found it somewhere before, but I can't find it. Okay, so I finally figured out what this code is. The king was the hardest thing to find ever. So basically the king wasn't portrayed as a chess piece, but as a card. Like a, you know, card deck. But it was played as a king, and it was in the true ending scene where Nina was escaping. And the rest, the pawn is 41, and queen is 41 as well. Rook 7, bishop 16. It was 991. And knight is 48. Total is 152. Finally, you hear a click from the door. You grab both handles, open the door, and step inside. This looks like a room. You take a step into the room. It's different, that's for sure. It's not as though the other rooms have much noise going on, but this room feels oddly quiet. Like it shouldn't be? Okay. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Whatever, I'll just save. Oh, a lounge. Does everyone come rest here, or is it only Playboy? A red chandelier hangs from the ceiling. You wonder if it's really necessary with all the lights in here already. Well, it does give the room a charming red glow. I don't know, the room looks kinda tacky, low-key. There's drawers in here. Naturally, you go to snoop inside, but they're locked. You look around the drawers and there's a touchscreen handle on the side. It reads my score, your scores. I don't know what that is yet. There's a basket in the room with extra pillows and blankets, as if it wasn't cozy enough in here. A lounging seat lies on the floor. Somehow it looks comfortable and uncomfortable at the same time. There's a fondue fountain in the room. Curious to sniff it. It smells perfectly clean. Darn, you're hoping you can find out if they use cheese or chocolate for it. It's so random. Like, why is there a whole knight thing here? There's a gold-plated knight statue in the room. Not taking any chances, you punch it slightly. It rings hollow. Good. I want somebody to be standing in there. There's a karaoke machine here. If you weren't trapped in a life or death situation, it would be pretty fun to build out a song or tune. Still, you take a good look at it. Seems pretty cool. It's capable of importing new music files and even recording sessions. Actually, there's a recording saved. Yeah, I guess we'll listen. Start the recording expecting to hear some catchy pop song and off-key singing. But instead it's silent, except for two people talking. It's Playboy's voice, and a voice you only faintly recognize. The voice is soft and feminine. But why? It feels better. But you just said it hurts. Ha. Sorry. I guess I don't explain myself very well. How can I say this? Sorry, I'm trying to think of a way to make it make sense. It's okay, take your time. Alright, imagine this. Let's say I gave you a choice. You could either break your leg, or the love of your life can leave you standing at the altar. Those both sound bad. I know, sweetheart, but like, just choose one, okay? It's just a hypothetical. I mean, if I had to, I guess I'd rather break my leg. Hear someone in the recording snap their fingers. Bingo! Most people would, right? I would too. And that's why I do it. Yeah, it hurts, but you don't have to think about it, and if you do, it's not for long. It's so uncomplicated. Easier to live with. Simple. I would rather live with that kind of pain any day. Wouldn't you rather not hurt at all? That's not an option for me. I'm sorry. It's okay. Not your fault. I just worry about you. I know. But hey, it's worked for me so far, right? I guess. See? So don't worry about me. I'll be okay. I always am. I just... Seems the recording ends there? Was that a friend of his, or was that a lover? I don't know. Wait, hold on. Scores. I don't know the scores yet. There's a dartboard with some darts stuck to it. Oh, okay. You know, I'm guessing the scores with the fluffiness on it is his. Seems like a fun game. Let's finish exploring first. A large pile of large pillows. Looking at it is very tempting. Like you want to jump right into it like a pile of leaves on a crisp autumn day. But you shouldn't. You should know you shouldn't. But man, do you want to? Yeah, but really can't, huh? The box sits on the floor, surrounded by and filled with toys, mainly of the plush variety. You dig around inside. Buried at the very bottom of the box is a note. Darts notes. Gray plus white equals single. Outer ring is double. Inner ring, triple. Outer center. What is an outer center? Oh my god, help. I gotta look this up. Inner center? This? PB has been teaching me darks. Maggie tried to explain it to me before, but she started talking about all kinds of crazy games I've never heard before. But the basic game is really simple. Ashley orders us some new darts to make things fun. They have little shapes on the points. I decided to go for moons. PB chose hearts, of course. Maggie decided to stay old-fashioned and stuck with regular, boring circles. Well, okay, they're not boring, but they're not exciting either. Alright, so PB, hearts. Whoever this is Moon. And then Maggie is old-fashioned. Maggie says they're stuck for tradition. It's good to know. There's a swinging chair. It's pretty cool. You make a mental note to get one for yourself when you get out of here. An elegant peacock statue. You have an idea as to why this is here. I wonder if it were you, would you feel flattered about this being here? Something to ponder when you have the time. They have peacocks? Do you have like animal forms they transform into? I do not know. A rabbit statue. You can imagine yourself picking it up and smashing it over the asshole's head. It'd be funny. You take pictures. Yeah, that'd be nice. You look down the rabbit statue. You could destroy it now, but you'd rather not deal with a bunch of broken ceramic pieces right now. A trash chute in the wall? A trash chute? How far does this place go? You'd rather not find out. This picture hangs on the wall. It's strange to you that Playboy would have so many incriminating things around. Yeah, he seems to be been doing all this for a while. So he must feel safe in all this. Safe enough to have a space right here. How strange. There's a painting? No, that's not quite right. The background is painted, but the dripping focus of the art piece is made of threads, embroidered to the canvas and trailing off the frame. It's an interesting piece, and one you appreciate how you encountered it in an art gallery, not here. Think that should be it? Hold on. An illuminated heart sign shines in the middle of the wall. It does not surprise you in the slightest that Playboy owns this. And did I click on this? Collection of bottles in the box on the ground. Take a closer look. They're bottles of strawberry juice. Ah, interesting. Okay, so the darts game. So, okay, crescent, hearts, the moon, and the hearts, and then who is the square and star? Who's the star? Hold up. Traditional. I guess it's the square. And the code. My score minus your score. My score minus your score. What does that mean? I'm guessing it's PBs minus... let me figure this out. Why is there a torch? You look over at the scepter mounted on the wall. You walk close and attempt to pull it out of his mounting, but it's in there pretty tightly. A shame. It could have made a pretty cool weapon. Maybe you could defeat him. Alright, the karaoke machine. Okay. The dartboard. Let's figure this out. Okay, so for the heart, the one is... let's just do just 120. 20 should just be 20 since it's in like that most out of me. 8 should be just an 8. And then that's what in the heart is double twice there in the 20, 60, and another 60, and then 19, 38 since that's twice. Okay, let's calculate that. 120 plus 38, 58, and then wait, 158 minus 29. Will that work? 129? Of course that's not it. Ugh. Okay, back with the darts. I had to unforgettably just look it up because I got the numbers. I got the numbers and scores, but I couldn't figure out like what combination I need to subtract them from each other. But I actually had to add his two companions. I forgot their names already. Yeah, I forgot their names. I had to add those two companions and then subtract them from PB's score to get 46. I got the numbers right at the very least. The drawer is unlocked and you dig inside. The first drawer is junk, a handheld video game console and a collection of old games. The second drawer is also junk, bubble blowers, candy, paddle balls. And the third drawer is... You almost couldn't believe it. Oh, your necklace? I thought it was like pearls all around. Finally. So he kept that as trophies. Oh my god. I knew there was something sick in his head. I'd be mad as hell. Exactly. He did that on purpose. Ooh. Oh, she wasn't playing around. Playboy plummets directly to the floor, a loud thud following as he does so. For the first time since you met him, you can see the panic on his face. What's the matter, big boy? You're acting like nobody ever taught you that love is violence. Oh, she's like a 9-to-1? Before Playboy was able to get up, you pounce on him, straddling his stomach. He attempts to grab you, but you quickly grab his wrist and pin them over his head. Now that you have your necklace back, a single hand on his wrist is enough to keep him bound in place. Oh, so she's like some type of mystical animal. That's why she needed the pearl so bad. Oh, got it. So he must have the wrong person. He doesn't say anything as you attack him. He does look like he doesn't even have the words. His eyebrows are angry and his teeth are bare, but none of them can hide a look of fear in his eyes. Eagerly, you trace a claw across the mark you left on his chest. Lightly at first. Then you trace back up. Deeper. Back down. Deeper again. His face winces and cringes as you do so, pain hisses escaping from between his teeth. Normally you do this more quickly, but after everything he put you through tonight, you think you deserve to have a little fun. With their sharpest drag yet, you slice your claws between his pecs and down his torso. He even lets out an even bigger hiss as tears prick at the corner of his eyes and streams delicately down his face. Yet he refuses to scream or even call for help. Not even when you dig your hand into his body and snake up towards his chest. Then you feel it, pumping panically in your hand. Jackpot. There we go. I told you earlier, didn't I? Oh, she's going to eat it. I forgot something here. Oh, he was really the one in danger. It was a strange sight, for him to be so odd-taught. Slack, a man once so bursting with energy, now bleeding it all out. Perhaps you would have spared him if he actually returned your necklace when you prompted him, but he made his choice and he made yours. You kneel over his body and dig around in his pockets until you encounter what you believe to be a sort of skeleton key. It's a key card, one that specifically marks him as a boss and has a rather detailed appearance. Could this finally be your ticket out of here? Only one way to find out. You walk up the stairs and hold a key card up to the scanner that's there. Despite the eye scanner behind it, it instantly accepts your high-ranking key card with no other verification required. The door slides open and lets you out into the VIP room where you first entered. You're covered in Playboy's blood. But now that your pearl has been returned, it poses no issue. Granting a bit of illusion magic with its power, you're able to mask the blood to anyone who sees you. You calmly walk out of the VIP room, move past the bar around the dance floor, until you're finally outside again. The music of the club becomes muffled the further you walk away from it. The crisp night air feels refreshing against your skin, and you can't help but smile. The taste of victory is always sweet. Oh yay, we got our necklace back. That was a twist. Wasn't expecting her to be all that powerful. You can see why she was so desperate to get it back. And that was the true end. Oh, that was the true end. Now we get the bonus scene. Not really. Hold up, let me figure this out. And then the freaking bitch rips my heart out right of my chest. Well, I mean, you deserved it. Freaking bitch. It's a real shame, you know? I mean, I just changed hearts last week. What a waste. Changed hearts? Oh, so he's like puts artificial parts in himself? But that looked pretty real. Could have been worse. Could have been the lungs you swapped out yesterday. And don't even get me started on that big freaking scar. Who knows how long it will be until Pensy can get cleaning it up for me. Nah, I should keep it. It makes you look cool. You don't think it makes me look weak? Nah, it's tough. I know you didn't want to switch so soon, but how's the new heart treating you? Everything okay? Oh, Mary, darling, I feel like I'm a new man. Thank you. If it weren't for you, sweetheart, I'd be a dumb bun. This little necklace of yours really came in handy. Necklace? What's this? Is it like the foxes? Oh. Oh, the little robot thing got a new heart for him. That sucks. Now he's over here wandering out alive. Well, I feel like he'll be cautious with foxes now. How'd you ever come up with it? Doc helped me make it. Said it'd be a good idea. Not just good, brilliant. Speaking of brilliant, just how did you know something was up with Nina? When we were standing by her, I just got this bad feeling. That must have been the thing they found inside her body that they couldn't explain. Like something was missing. Like she didn't have a soul. So that was her soul? Sorry, can we not talk about this anymore? Can we talk about something else? Like what? I don't know. Maybe what we're doing for dinner? Why, you hungry? Yeah. What'd you want to get then? I don't know. Ha. Okay, and that is the end. Maybe not all foxes, maybe Nina was just a special type. I guess she was special in the end. She's maybe older. That's why she has all those tails on her. But that is the end of Lucky Rabbit Club. The puzzles, I feel like they shouldn't be hard. They're hard for me. I feel like other people will be able to get them quite easily, but the most challenging ones were with the door, because I had to search for that for a long time. I didn't realize that it was an ending. And what was the other one? The PEMDAS one that was confusing me. That one. That didn't make any sense either. So I liked it overall. I liked the story of it. That a club being a organ harvesting ring. Actually, I feel like that's pretty much of a common trope from what I see in movies and TV shows. I wasn't expecting it though. I thought he was a serial killer. I thought he was murdering people for fun. I didn't think a whole trafficking ring was going on underneath the club, which is kind of bizarre, putting it right underneath the club, but I guess that makes it not so suspicious in a way. And Playboy himself seems to be replacing himself all so often. Maybe he doesn't like himself. It is mentioned in the story that he's a hybrid. He doesn't like himself being a hybrid. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, he looks good. I don't see why he doesn't like himself. But yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.